Empowering people is powerful. That is what I've learned through my life. And it is so wonderful to feel that joy that comes from helping people through their struggles. So we all have a story on why we do what we do, and I've learned that I love to help people and that I love to make a difference in people's lives. So I've learned this through pretty much everything that I've learned in life. I grew up like most people. I came from a divorced family. I survived. I feel like it made me a stronger person. I dealt with my own hardships and trials, and I lost my younger brother when he was only 18 years old. And a few years later, I lost my dad at 59. So, everyone has hardships, and I've learned that there's two ways to deal with them. You can learn from them and grow and move on, or you can kind of let it hold you back and really never get through it. And I've learned that you're going to have to get through it somehow. You might as well make the best of the situation and learn from it. So things in life haven't always been easy, like most people. But I do enjoy challenges. And one of the things that I've learned is that I never pick the easy road. So I got married when I was young. I had kids when I was young, and I kept having kids. And through all of that, I kind of lost who I was. And I was a mom and a wife, but I forgot who Wendy was. And so I've kind of recently had the opportunity to kind of figure out who I am. I had a midlife crisis. So I grew up with a very deep foundation, knowing that I had a lot of self-worth, and my parents were fantastic on teaching me that. And I grew up very religious, and I'm still religious, and I know that I have worth as an individual, and I also know that I have a divine nature that's been given to me from God. So I was very confident as a child. And as I've gotten older, my confidence has decreased, and it's gotten less and less. And I really struggled with it because I didn't know why I was so confident as a kid. And now as an adult, it's been harder to keep that confidence and to actually gain it back. So I kind of figured out that it had a lot to do with myself as a person, but also how I looked. And it made a huge impact on my self-esteem. So as you have kids, a lot of people know and can relate to this. You might put on some weight, and your body does not look the same like it did. At least mine doesn't. After you have children, things change and move and stretch, and you have great marks all over your body from it. I wouldn't change it for a world. I really wouldn't, because the joy of motherhood totally outweighs the joy of my stretched out body. So, but like most people, you gain your weight and you try and lose it, and you get busy being a mom, and it kind of takes a back burner. Your health does and stuff. So I always enjoyed fitness. A lot of people hate exercising, but I always enjoyed it. And I learned that when my kids were little, I learned that when I exercised, I was a much nicer person and a much better mom. So I knew I had to work out for the sanity of my children. That's what I had to do. So I joined a boot camp, and it was really early in the morning, and that was the only time that I can go. There was no child care, and my husband left in the morning, so I had to go, and I had to go to the 5:30 class. So I enjoyed it. I loved it. It was hard. I did things I never thought I could do. But I pushed through it, and I persevered, and I ended up encouraging a lot of people, and I loved it. I loved yelling, you can do it. You got this. I loved it. And seeing them be able to get through it was awesome. And it was a great feeling, and I loved it. So I ended up becoming a personal trainer. And I was a boot camp instructor, and loved it, but it wasn't conducive to my family life, and my family came first. So I did that for a while and realized I couldn't do it anymore. So I did personal training on the side, and I always did something here or there. I was a fitness instructor for a while, and then when my kids started getting older, I realized, my husband and I realized that they get more expensive, and so I needed to get a full-time job. And we lived on a teacher salary, a one-income teacher salary for 12 years, and we're blessed from it. It was we had fantastic, live in a nice house in a nice neighborhood, and we have everything that we need and always have been. And I know that that's always happened because we put the Lord first and we put our family next. So fast forward, I get a job. My husband and I both feel like a great job for me would be a teacher. We thought, hey, 2 teacher income, it's almost the amount of one person's income. So I did it, and I met some awesome kids, and I taught high school math, loved it. Yes, I love numbers. They don't come easy, but I enjoy the challenge. And I had some great coworkers that I met and friends that I've made out of it. And then we realized that life wasn't so great. I was very stressed. I was working later than I thought, later than my kids got home. So by the time that I got home, it was running my kids back and forth to their practices or where they needed to be for church, or and then dinner and bedtime. And my quality time with my children was non-existent. And I couldn't do it. I knew that there was more to life than just yelling at my kids and going to bed and waking up the next morning and doing it all over. There had to be more to life than that. So after a lot of talking with my husband, and we took it to the Lord, and we felt like I needed to quit my job, and that was rough. We went from a 2-income family back down to a 1-income family. Didn't know how we were going to do it, but we knew that that's what we needed to do. So everything happens for a reason. That's when Beachbody came into my life, and I kind of went back and forth with it. Finally prayed about it, felt like this is what I needed to do. It would not only combine my love for fitness, but also my love for teaching, and I could do it together. And so I took that leap of faith, and I did it, and it has been wonderful, and it has been one of the best decisions that I've made in my life, because it has brought me true joy. By helping others, there is nothing that can replace that. That satisfaction that you feel, that you know that you have helped somebody, whether it's physically or mentally or spiritually. The joy that you feel from helping somebody on their journey to getting healthier is truly amazing. And I know that I'm helping people, and that fulfills me, and that gives me a lot of satisfaction. And not only that, I don't feel like it's a job. I feel blessed and honored to be able to help people. When somebody says, hey, I need some help, I'm so excited to help them. And, I've helped people from all over. I've never met them. I help them online in accountability groups and through my motivation and my posts that I post day after day. It has been amazing. You guys have given me strength. And I feel sometimes kind of selfish because I get a lot out of helping other people. But I also know that it helps people. Helping people break through those mental blocks is amazing. I always compare it to, you wouldn't tell your kids you can't do something. So why would you tell yourself that you can't do something? And people have to stop and think about it. And they really start thinking about, wow, why would I tell myself that if I wouldn't tell somebody else that? So it truly brings me joy to be able to see people, and the physical transformations that happen are amazing, but really it's the mental transformations that are even more amazing, because you know that they are becoming a better person, not only on the outside but on the inside. And when you help somebody achieve that, and that empowerment that they feel, they go on and they pay that forward. And that's what is truly amazing about being a Beachbody coach, is that you can pay it forward. And it's amazing to see time after time again. You have these people that come to you for help and motivation, and you lead them and you show them, and they start doing it, and they commit to themselves, and they start having all these transformations mentally, physically, spiritually, and then they're so excited that they want to pay it forward. I mean, what's better than helping people? It's truly amazing. Empowering people is very powerful. Think about that.